It is Lumos again, back to guest solve here on the channel. It's nice to be back. I today will be doing Arrow's Index by Riffclown. And a little bit of secret, I did already start doing this one, but while I was attempting to record, my cat attacked me. My highway noise was a lot, so we decided to just redo the whole thing. So I do know where to start, but I did not finish it, so I do not know where it goes. So it'll be a little bit like a blind solve with like a little bit of a head start. So bear with me there. I am really excited to get started, and I was actually also told that Arrow's Index was written specifically for me. So thank you, Riffclown. I have never, I don't think, had a custom puzzle written for me before, so I'm super excited to get into it. And I'm excited to show everybody this puzzle that I think is pretty cool. So I will start with the rules. So first of all, normal Sudoku rules apply, as they often do. So that means that in every box like this one, in every row, and in every column, we must have the digits 1 through 9, and they must not repeat. We also know that with these red columns here, digits in these cells, so let me how do I explain this better? So digits in these cells basically tell me where the 1 is going to go in each of these rows. So this is column 1, meaning it pertains to the digit 1. This is column 5, it pertains to the digit 5, and this is column 9. We are working with the digit 9 here. So whatever I place in each of these cells tells me the location of the 1 in the row, and it's the same for the 5 and same for the 9. So for example, if I were to place a 6 here, then that would tell me to place a 1 in the 6th cell in this row. And for example, if I were to place a 3 here, it would tell me to place a 5 right there. And yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. That is the main component of this puzzle. One of the other main constraint here is the digits placed on an arrow must sum to the digit placed in the arrow circle, meaning that if I wanted this to be a 5, I would need to add up to 5, so this could be like 2 and 3, basically. Typically, digits don't repeat on an arrow. I think digits don't repeat on an arrow in this, but maybe I'll be wrong. So we'll see. We'll see. So I will go ahead and restart the puzzle. And this time I am holed up in my school library and my cat cannot attack. So we are safe. So let's see. First, right off the bat, this 1 right here tells me that there is a 3 right here because there's a 1 in the 3rd cell of the row. Great start. Okay, let's see where else we want to go. So we've got this arrow down here. The minimum that this arrow could be can't be a 4, because to make a 4 you need 1 and 3. Can't be 5 because this 3 and this 1 kind of take out all of the options to add up to 5, because you would typically do 2 3 or 1 4, so it can't be 5. Can't be a 6 because it's right there, and can't be a 7 because it's also looking at this cell. So this is either an 8 or a 9. And to add to 8, you would have to do 1 7, can't do it because there's a 1 in the box. 2 6, can't do it, same reason. 3 5, same reason. So actually, this is a 9. And then, let's see, to make 9, we can do 1 8, can't do it because there's 1. 2 7 is an option, and then 3 6 is also an option, but I can't do that because both of those digits are in this box. And then I could also do 4 5 with 5 here and 4 there because of the 4 looking over here. Okay. I think that's all I can do with this box right here for right this second. This 9 placed right here tells me that I'm going to place a 1 over here. Cool. So they're kind of like referencing each other. This 1 tells me that my 9 goes in the first cell in this row. And then this being a 2, 4, or a 7 tells me that there will be a 1 either here, here, or here. And I actually can't place a 1 here or here. So that blocks out 2 and 7, meaning this is a 4 and this is a 5. And this will tell me that 1 goes right there. The leftover triple here is 2, 7, 8. And this one's not a 7. All right, let's take a look at this cell because we've got like this double arrow coming off of it. So we'll see what we can do here. Okay, we know a 5. We know at minimum it's 5 because we can't place a 5 in any of these cells because they're all spoken for. So 5 either goes here or it goes in 6, 7, 8, or 9. Kind of a lot going on there, but it's a good place to start, right? So if this were a 5, then I would have to use both 2, 3, and 1, 4. But I can't because 1 and 4 are both seen. Oh, wait, no, I wouldn't. I could also do like, I don't know, like 2, 3, and then like 3, 2, but that doesn't work because of the 3 looking. Okay, long story short, this can't be 5 because I don't have a way to satisfy both of these sums. They would either need to be the same sum, sort of like backwards on the arrow, like back and forth, or they would need to be 2 different sums that both work. And the 1, 4 here means that I can not put the 1, 4 sum on this arrow, and then this 3 tells me that I couldn't do like 2, 3, and then 3, 2. So this is not a 5. And I think that tells me that this is not a 6 for the exact same reason. Yeah, because I would need to either do like 1, 5, something like that, but 1 and 5 are both seen in these cells. And then I would need to do my other option be 2, 4, and I can't do that because, or I can't do them 2, 4, and then 4, 2 or something because of this 4 looking over. And then this was going back to my question of whether digits can repeat on the arrow, but even if they could, I can't do 3, 3 because 3 is looking over, so this is not a 6. So this is a 7, 8, or 9. So I guess we can start. That tells me that there's a 5 over here. And that tells me that there's a 5 down here, which means that this cell is either, this is 4, 5, and 6, but it can't be 6 because there's a 6. This cell can't be 6 because there's 6 looking over here in the row. So that means this one can't be 5. So this right here can either be 4 or 5. This 5 would be self-referencing if it were 5, and if it were 4, it would be saying, okay, I must place my 5 right here. So yeah. I actually think, yeah. So there's like, this 4 looks over here, and this 4 looks over here, which restricts 4 to these bottom cells. And I can't put a 4 right here because the only way to add up to 4 is 1, 3, and there's a 1 in the box, there's a 1 in the row, too many 1s here. There's a 4 possibly right here, and that actually makes this a 4, 5 pair since 4 and 5 are both restricted to these cells. And I think it's a pretty cool pair also because of the way that it's like, they reference either reference each other, like the 5 is telling, like there would be a 4 here telling me to place a 5 there, or they're totally independent and they still work to satisfy the column rule. So that's kind of cool. What is left? 2, 3, and 8. Yeah, to finish out this row. This can't be a 2. There's no way to make that arrow work. And then this can't be a 3 for the same reason, because to make 3 you would do 2 and 1, and we've already got 1s looking at those cells. So this is an 8. Ways to add to 8. We've got 2, 6, and then we've got 3, 5 as options. And I can't do 1, 7 because there's a 1 and a 7 here in the box. This is either 2, 6 or 3, 5. Yeah. Oh, and this 8 tells me that this can't be an 8. Also that this can't be an 8, making this a 2. And that makes this a 7, 8 pair, which looks over and tells me that this is a 9. So then this is part of that 2, 3, 5, 6 thing. And this 9 tells me that I'm placing 5 right here, which pulls 5 off this arrow, and also 3 because that was its pair. So that makes this a 2, 6 pair, and it makes this a 3 here. All right, now we're looking at what's left as like a triple that could go on the top here. We've got 2, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay, so we're making 9, so I could either do 2, 7, 7, 2, or this could be 6, 3. And then this could be 2, 7, 7, 2, but it could not be 6, 3 because of the 3 looking up. So this is not a 6. This is a 2, 7 pair thing. Yeah, in either order. So far, can't tell which. And then this is an 8-9 pair to finish off this row. And this is kind of doing the same thing that this 4-5 is doing, where the 9 either references itself or the 8 tells me where to place the 9, and they're both working. So I kind of like that set of pairs. Oh, and this 2-6 pair tells me that this is a 3. All right. This is about the point in the puzzle where my cat attacked me last time I was trying to solve it. So we are officially in no man's land. I now have no idea where I'm going. Let's see, where do we want to go next? I think I'm going to stick with the trend of looking at this like double arrow that's on this column. So I'm going to work with this one over here. Let's see. Can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Can't be 3 or 4 because they're looking up, and it can't be 1 or 2 because there's not 2 ways to add to either of those digits, or even 1 way to add to 1. So the minimum this would be 5. And if this were 5, then this would be like a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. Because we'd have like 2, 3, and 1, 4 on these arrows. If this were a 6, we would have 2, 4, and 1, 5 kind of working here. So it would be like this. I'm just marking these up to see if I'm gonna catch any patterns here. And I'm gonna make sure I clean this up as necessary based on what's looking up here. And then what? This could be 7, 8, or 9. And I honestly do not want to go through all of the possible options here because then I'm just going to keep marking up these arrows. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, not 9 because of the 9 looking up here. Tells me that there is a 5 somewhere here, which is not something I really want to mark up. Yeah, there's a 5 somewhere in one of these 4 cells. Oh, let's look at this. This 5 tells me there's look at that. I already placed a 5, so that tells me that this is a 2. Then this is a 7. The 7 looks down, so that's not a 7 and that's not a 2. So I'm going to place a 6 there. And this will be a 7, and then 7 plus 2 is 9. So then this is not a 2. I actually think I'm going to remove these because I have so many options over there, it'll end up being confusing. All right, these 7s are both looking up, forcing a 7 here. So that will tell me that there is a 5 in one of these 3. Yeah, okay. And then I don't think this can be a 7. Yeah, it can't be a 7 because if I put a 7 here, this would have to be 8 or 9. Can't be 9 because we're looking up, so I'd have to do 7, and this would be 8. And that means I would have to put a 1 here, but there's a 1 looking up already, so this cannot be a 7, meaning that this is not 5. And then these 2s are all looking up to tell me that there are 2s over here. I think this cell is actually pretty restricted because it can't be 3, 4, or 9, and it can't be 2 or 7. So that leaves us Sudoku-wise with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8. But then with the rules of the column, it can't be, that would be like 1, 5, 6, 8. Can't be 6 because there's already a 7 there. So this is not a 6. Let's see about here. Maybe it'll be, can't be 2 or 9. It could be a 1, 2. Could be a 3 if I'm putting a 5 on this arrow. Can't be a 4 because of the 2. It could be 5. Can't be 6 because there's a 7 in that spot. Then what can it be? 7, 8, or 9? Or, well, it can be 7 or 8. It can't be 9 because this 5 is looking up. So that would, and it can't be 7 because this 7 is looking, this already here in this row. So this could be 1, 3, 5, or 8. And I'll try and do this cell as well. Can't be 1, 2, can't be 3 because I don't want to put a 9 on this arrow because it won't, there's nothing higher than 9 to make it add 2. So it's not 9. Or wait, bleh. So it's not 2 or 3. So this is, can't be a 1 because the 1 looking up. Can't be 2 because of the 2 in the row. Can't be a 3 because I don't want that on the arrow. Cannot be a 4 because there's a 2 in that spot. Cannot be 5 because I've already determined that this one cannot be 9. Yeah, so it can't be 5. This one can't be a 6 because there's already a 7 here. So this is either 7, 8, or 9. But the 7 in the row actually tells me that this is not a 7. So this is either 8 or 9. If it's an 8, that means the 9 goes here. And if it's a 9, then the 9 is referencing itself. So the 9 is somewhere in one of these two. And it's actually winged out here. Where to go next? Well, okay, so this one's a little restricted in that this cell cannot be 7 or 8 or 9. Can't be 7, 8, or 9 because we've determined that 9 is already in this box down here. So this direction can't tell me I'm going to put a 9 here in this box because we already know 9's here. And we also know that it's not 1 or 2 because we've determined there's no 9 in cell 1 because the 9 looking up, and I don't want a 9 on this arrow. So that tells me that this is going to be 4, 5, nope, 3, 4. Can't be 5 because it's 9 looking up, and because of the 5 here, same thing. So 3, 4, or 6 is what this is. And to be a 3, this would be 1, 2. To be 4, it would be 1, 3. And to be 6, it would either be 1, 5 or 2, 4. And that leaves a lot of options, but I don't know. It's kind of nice to have. This 3 looks up, and this 4 also is looking up, so this could only be 1, 2, or 5. So then here, let's see if I can clean that up any. 3, then it would be 1, 2, 2, 1. 4 would be 1, 3. Yep, and then 5 would be 5, 1, or 2, and 4. So it cleaned up just a little bit. We got rid of the 5 there. Oh yeah, these 2 5s are also looking down. Because we've already established that there's a 7 somewhere here, so there's a 5 somewhere here. That means these 5s are looking down, so this is not a 5. And that actually places a 5 either here or here. Okay. And if 5 is here or here, then we know that 8 is here or here to direct where that 5 goes. Okay, I actually paused for a second because my laptop was dying, but I guess you wouldn't know that because of the magic of editing, except that I just told you. So let's figure out where I want to go next. Unsure where I want to go next so far. Maybe I'll take a look at this arrow for a second. Not sure. Not sure how helpful it's going to be, though. I feel like I've got kind of a lot of options of what this could be. Yeah, let's maybe leave this alone for a second. Can't be, what, 2, 8, or 9. That's what I've got here in this row looking up. That leaves kind of a lot of options for this to be. Could be like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I said it couldn't be 2, 8, or 9. Can't be a 1 because there's nothing to add to 1. It actually can't be a 3 because this 2 and 1 both look up here, meaning that there wouldn't be a cell. There's only one way to make 3. It would be 2 and 1, and I can't put either of those right there. If this were 4, then it would be 3, 1. If it were 5, it would be 4, 1. If it were 6, we'd have 5, 1. And if it were 7, oh, I might actually start. Let me actually put that. Let me put that down here, because if this is a 4, then I have 3, 1. If this is a 5, only way to make that is 2, 3 or 1, 4, and these 2s are both looking up, so can't use 2, 3 at all, meaning that this would have to be 4, 1. And if this were a 6, my 2 options to make that are 2, 4. Again, can't do it because both 2s are blocked. I can't do 2, 4 because they're both blocked out. I could do 5, 1. And then if this is 7, I could do 5, 2 to make it, except that these 2s are both looking up. I could do 3, 4, and I think that works in either direction. And what's left? 1, 6. I could put 6, and this could be a 1. So that means that I've got a 5 in one of these 3 spots, which is not doing anything, but it is restricted, more than I expected it to be when I started doing this. So maybe I will attempt to work with the options for this arrow. Okay, so what do I have? 5 would have to be 1, 4 in this order, and then it could be 2, 3 here, because I couldn't put 2, 3 down here because of this 2. 6, my 2 ways to make it are 2, 4, and 1, 5. It would have to go 1, 5, and then 2 and 4. And actually, this 2 is looking up, meaning that I actually can't do like 2, 3 for the 5 the way that I was doing that. So it was 2, 3, and 2, 4 for my 6. If this is 7, the ways to make that are 3, 4, which are sort of available to go anywhere. So let's just place those anywhere. I could also make it using 2, 5, except that that 2 couldn't go here or here because of the 2s in the row and the column. So it would have to go 2, 5. And then I could also do 6, 1, but the 1 couldn't go in either this cell or this cell because of this 1 looking up. So either of these could be a 6, and then either of these could be 1. Except that I can't put a 1 right here on this arrow or right here, because that would mean that there's a 2 in one of these cells, and there's no 2 available for one of those cells. So this can't be 1, meaning I can't do the 6, 1 that I was just mentioning there. And then that was all my ways to make 7. So ways to make 8 would be, let's think here. I could do 3, 5, and it would have to go, well, this 5's looking up, so it would have to go in this order. So 3, 5, 3, 5, both those are already covered. I could do 2, 6, and because of the 2 looking over here and this 2 looking here, I could only place a 2 there, and it would go 2, 6 there. And I'd have like a 3, 5 or something there. And then the other way to make it would be 1, 7. The 7's looking over. It would have to go 1, 7. But as we've established, I can't put a 1 here because there's no 2 here. So, long way of saying, these are the only options that these could be. Yeah, I feel good about that. I know that there's going to be a 6 in one of these two cells. Because I can't put a 6 in any of these because I've already worked out what the restricted options are there. Can't put a 6 there, same reason I just said, and so it's restricted to one of these two cells, and it's got a wing. So, yep, that means that I'm going to put a 6 up here somewhere, and that tells me that there will be a 9 over here. And then actually this 9 looks up, these 9s look down, and then we said this can't be a 9 because it's on an arrow, so that places a 9 right there. And then this 9 looks over, this, where I know there will be a 9 somewhere in one of these two cells, looks over, and this 9 looks up. So the only place in this box I can place a 9 is right there. And then I can restrict 9s to this side of box 1. All right, where do I want to go from here is the question. Let's see, we could place a 1 here because the 5 agrees with that. I could place a 3 here and place a 5 there. Place a 6 here, place a 5 there. And then I said 5 can't go in any of these cells because it's restricted to these two. So this is a 1, 3, or a 6. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 quintuple? 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah. So that means that this is not 6. Kind of odd, but that tells me this is a 5, 7, 8 triple. This is not a 7 or an 8, so this is a 5. And this 5 tells me that neither of those are 5, so this is 7, 8 pair. This is cell 6 in this row, so this is a 6. So this is not a 6. And we make 3 with 1, 2, or 4 with 1, 3. This 3 looks up, so this one can't be a 3. Okay. Great. These two 6s are looking up, so I'm going to put a 6 over here. And this 5 and 6 tells me that this is not 5 or 6. And this one is not 5. And what do I have left? 1, 3, 4, and 8. So 1, 3, 4, 8. This one cannot be 8. And let's figure out what works in the context of my 5s. So I could put a 1 here, and theoretically I could put a 5 there. That works. 3 here, and a 5 is available for that spot. 4 does not work because 5 can't go there because we've already got a 5 in the box. And 8 is fine because of, we've already said there could be a 5 right there. Sorry, minor interruption. It's okay though. All right. Let's see if we can finish this off. I know that these two, like this pair of 6s, potential 6s, and the 6 looks over, so I've got a 6 in one of these two spots. Let's maybe narrow down these options now that I know it's either a 7, 8, or a 7 or an 8. So let's maybe narrow this down. Okay, if I'm doing a 7, my ways to make 7 are 3, 4, which I believe are available pretty much everywhere. Yep. And I could do 2, 5. It would have to be in this order, or I could do 1, 6, except we said that there can't be a 1 here because of this one, and it could not be. I could do maybe 1's. Oh wait, no, and then 1 can't go anywhere in this box, like in these two spots, because there's no 2 there to indicate it. So that's So if I've got a 7, then this would be 3, 4, and this would have to be 2, 5 in this order. If I do 8 as this, if this is an 8, then I could do, let's see, 3, 5. Yeah. I could do that this way as well with 3 and 5. Then my other options are 2, 6. I could do 2 and 6 up here, but I could not do it here because of this 2. And I could do 1 and 7, but like I said, 1 can't go here or here, and 1 can't go here. So this is the real restricted version of what these cells can be. Oh, and this 7, 8 pair actually tells me this cannot be an 8. So that means that 1 either goes here or it goes here in this row. I'll see about filling in what option this could be. Okay, this could be a 1. It would be referencing itself. It could not be a 2 because of the 9 here. Could not be a 3 because it does not fit on this arrow and because this 1 is looking up. Could not be a 4 because of this 1 looking up. Could be a 5 because 1 is still viable in that spot. Could be 6 because 1 could still go there. And it could be 7 or 8, except I've got a 7, 8 pair, so it's not 7 or 8. So actually I've got a 1, 5, 6 triple, which tells me that this is not 5, which actually makes this 7 because we've got a 3, 4 pair. 3 plus 4 is 7. So we'll do 3, 4, and then we've got 2 and 5 to make 7 there. So this can be 3, 4 in any order. These are not 5, so this is a 1 and this is a 6. This 6 tells me I'm going to put a 1 right there, and this 5 tells me there's a 3 right here. This 3 tells me this is a 4. It also says that this is not a 3, and I think we're going to have to place an 8 right here to finish off the box. We'll place an 8 here because that 7 made this an 8. This 8 makes this a 5, and check that this 6 makes this a 5, and this 3 makes that a 5. Okay. So now we've got 4 here. Unless I did 4 plus 4 made 8, which I can't because it's looking up. This is 4 and 1. So that direction tells me that that 5 goes over here. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. So we're going to place a 5 right there, and that is referencing itself. So 5 looks down to make this a 4, and then this a 5. Okay. And then this is the only, to finish off the column, this is a 7. The 7 means that this is a 5, and this is not a 5. And I think have I placed all my 5s? Yeah, because I finished off the column. So that means, let's see what is left in this column to tell me where I'm going to place my 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 and 8 are my options here. So that means there's a 1 somewhere here, and there is a 1 somewhere here. Except that I know that 1 cannot be on the circle part of this arrow because there's nothing that adds up to 1. So this is a 1, means that this is an 8. This is a 2, means that this is 1. This 2 tells me this is not a 2. All right, so we are getting really close to finishing here. Here, let's figure out what this, well, hold on. This 8 tells me that this is a 9 and it's referencing itself. This 9 tells me that this is an 8 and this is a 9. I know that there's an 8 in one of these two. And then this is a 6 because it's the only thing left in this row. The 6 looks down to tell me that's a 2 and that's a 6. This 2 looks up to tell me that's a 1. This is not a 1. So this is 1, 3, and 4. And also I could have done that because 9 is in cell number 4 here, so that matches up. What's left for this triple is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This can't be 8, and it is a 2 because 9 is in the second position in the cell, so that's 2. The 7 looks up to tell me that that is an 8, and that is a 7. Eight's looking down, it's telling me this is a 7 and this is an 8. Okay, looking pretty good. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 6, or 7. Yeah. So there's a 9 somewhere here. Let's see. And then what is this pair? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an 8, 9 pair. Yeah. And this 8 resolves it. So this is a 9 and this is an 8. This 9 here tells me that I'm putting a 7 here. And then that'll make this a 3, 6 pair. This 9 tells me that is not a 9 and that is not a 9. All right. 1 plus 3 would be 4. And 1 plus 6 would be 7, but I've already got a 7 in the column or in the box. So this is 4, this is 3. This 3 tells me I'm going to place a 9 here. And then this 3 makes this a 6, which tells me I'm going to place a 9 here, and I can clean that up. And then this will be a 2 to finish off the box. This will be a 2 to finish off my 2s, right? Yep. And then to finish this column, we'll place a 4. This is going to be a triple. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8. This 3 and this 8 tells me that this is the 6. So let's clean the 6 out. And that's still not quite resolved because I don't have 3s. Oh, wait, yes, it is. 8 looking over it makes me a 3 and that an 8. And then to finish this row, we'll place a 3 here. This 3 looks down to make this a 4 and this a 3. To finish the column, this is 6. Yep. And then 1, 2, 3, I need 4. 4 can't go here, so this is 4. And this is 8. Nope, not 8. This is 7. There we go. I have solved Arrow's Index. I really liked this puzzle. I actually really love the column constraint because I feel like every time I use it, I learn something new about it because, you know, it's not a super common constraint, or at least I have not commonly solved it. So I feel like I learn a new way to use it every time that I work with it. I really liked the way that, I really liked the break-in. It's a good place to start. And I liked the way the arrows interacted with the column. So I did really enjoy this puzzle. Thank you very much, Riffclown. This was super cool. And I'm really excited to have gotten to solve my own custom puzzle. I hope to be back soon solving another puzzle. So it's been nice. Thanks for watching.